Okay, so good evening, everyone. You're welcome to Lauyikata's YouTube channel. This evening, I'll be talking about fundraising for your fashion business. That is the topic we started with last week, and we will be concluding this evening. So, we're going to wait a while for a few more people to join us, and then we'll get started. Okay, we'll wait a while for a few more people to join us, and we get started. Thank you. Okay, so uh, while we're here, I would mobilize my team to share on WhatsApp, for people to join us live. Okay, so if you're just joining us, my name is Laoye Curtis, and I'm welcoming you to our YouTube live. We hold these on a weekly basis, and during these sessions, we work with fashion entrepreneurs. Run you through different insights in the business of fashion to help you build a profitable business. Okay, so we're waiting a few more minutes, okay, for some more people to join us, and then I'll kickstart. Okay, yeah, so someone has joined us. Thank you for joining us this evening. You're welcome to our YouTube live. Please take advantage of the comments to introduce yourself and your location where you're watching from. Okay, so a moment, please. Okay, so we are live now. So I have my team member Gideon. So Gideon will be sending messages to our WhatsApp community to tell them that we are live now, so we can get a few people join us, and then I get started. I'm sure others are going to be watching, the replay. Okay, so I have a couple of points here in front of me that I will be addressing this evening as part of what you can do to raise funds for your fashion business. So last week we touched on a couple of points, I think about 5 of them, that we touched on last week. First of them was to pay yourself first. Second is to join a cooperative. The third is to use part of your savings as collateral, which is using other people's money in place of your own money, while your own money will serve as a collateral. And then the fourth is talking to your banker, okay, which means you need to have a business account in the bank and have a bank official assigned to you as your account officer. Okay, and then we have the fifth point, which is visiting the Bank of Industry in your state. Now, if you're outside of Nigeria, any location, any government bank that caters to entrepreneurs, small businesses, a great option to consider, okay, for that, in terms of raising funds for your fashion business. So without much further ado, I think I want to get down to business to talk about the points that are needed, okay? Yeah, so the points I have with me here today are social capital loans, limited partnership funds, okay? Then sales and marketing short loans, okay? Grants and profit sharing loans. So those are the things I will be looking into this conversation. So like I said, we wait a few more minutes for a few more people to join us, and then we get on the way. Okay. So that being said, let's talk about social capital loans. Now, when we talk about social capital loans, we're looking at a situation where you are taking advantage of funding from friends and family, people that you know would like you, would trust you enough to want to give you some leverage, some funding to support your business. So that's what social capital loans, are based on. Okay, we have Austin Wisdom all the way in Port Harcourt. Thank you for joining us live. You're welcome. Okay, so like I was saying, social capital loans are a great place for you to get started when it comes to raising funds for your fashion business. This is built around the credibility you've built amongst your family and friends. So if you got family members who have the finances to support your business, you can't just walk up to them and expect that they will buy from you. Oh, sorry, I said buy. Pardon me. You can't expect that they will just give you funds, for your business because your ideas are interesting, your ideas are beautiful. No. Any family and friend that would invest in your business must have seen some measure of traction in terms of your business's growth, in terms of your business's progress, for them to uh, feel that they can give you money. Now, there's something about selling that comes to play when it comes to raising funds. In that, for anybody to buy from you, they must have considered you as trustworthy, worthy of their trust. Okay, they must have considered that you are someone that their money is safe with, someone that will keep to your word, someone that will do what you say. Okay, someone with integrity. Now, for you to be able to do that, you have to, you know, have a product that works. You have to have attitude, the positive attitude, exude a lot of confidence, right? Your product must be able to speak for itself. And you should have, you know, answers to objections, things that may make some a potential customer change their mind. Okay, whatever it is that may be a stumbling block, you should be able to provide answers and assurances. But in the clothing business, this usually includes, all those money back guarantee as well as delivery, assurance, okay, and whatnot. Now, when we bring that to funding your fashion business, raising funds for your fashion business, you want people to see you as credit worthy, as credible, as trustworthy. And the way to assure them that you are trustworthy is to show them how well your business is doing. Showing your family and friends how well your business is doing can give them assurance that you are bankable. Bankable in this sense means that they can give you their money and are sure that their money will come back to them safely. That is what bankable means. When you are bankable, that is what it means. Now, that being said, you should also consider the fact that for for you to assure them that you are bankable, you need to show them your records. You need to let them see how your business is doing, from the number of customers you have to the volume of sales that you make in a month. Okay, you need to show those forms of credibility. So if you're just joining us, please share with us where you are watching from. Okay, in the comments, we'd appreciate to know where you're watching from. So when you show credibility, it's easier for your family and friends to give you money. However, how you show credibility is your records, which is why record keeping is very essential to your business. What kind of records are you going to be showing your family and friends that will make them willing to raise funds for you, give you money to grow your business? You need to be able to show them evidence of customers, buying customers, repeat customers, okay, clients. That is, you have customers that come back to buy again and again. Then you can show that's a form of credibility, okay, that makes you bankable. Other than that, you can also show them your cash inflow, cash outflow. That is, letting them know how often cash comes into your business, okay, your liquidity ratio. They want to know, okay, this business is doing well, you're making sales, sales are coming in, you just need money for expansion. You should also be able to show them opportunities for growth that you need funding for, so that you can quickly grow. Okay? You need to be able to show them. And all of this will come from your records. Now, there may be instances where customers are asking you for a particular product that you don't have all the time. And you realize that if you had the fund, you would have been able to do what? Promote it. You would have been able to produce and sell. So you could show this to your family and friends, and they will gladly raise you funds. Many years ago, when I sold laptops, computers, I remember my dad raised me about 100,000 naira. Then it was big money. Okay, it could get you up to four laptops at a time. And then I was reselling those. He was able to do that because he saw that I had a long list of potential customers that were requesting to buy laptops from me. At the time, I was doing installment payment option, whereby they make a deposit of a minimum amount, then I hand over the laptop to them, then they pay monthly, okay, for like 6 months to balance up their payments. And then he saw evidence of that, and he raised me the loan. There was a time I had a business where I was going to private secondary schools to organize trainings, trainings for fashion, for students, private secondary students, regarding discovering their talents and identifying careers that they can pursue around their talents. And I could not meet up with production of the training resources that we needed to give the schools. My dad was borrowing me money, okay, to and facilitate production, and I was refunding him the money, okay, so that way I could continue to stay solvent in business. It happened to me many years ago. A moment, please. Yep, I'm back. Thank you. So, to those of us just joining us, I want to say thank you for joining us. Right, I'm not too far into the conversation. I'm talking presently about social capital loans that can help your business to stay afloat and prosper. And the summary of what I've shared so far is that there are friends and family, okay? There are people in your immediate network. They may be in your social group, in your club, in your religious organization, whom you can walk up to and request for support in form of business loans, to grow your business. These people will only be willing to give you funds if they know that you are bankable. And the only way they can know you are bankable is if you show them credibility in form of your customer base, in form of the sales that you're generating for your business, in form of the opportunities that are available for you that you needed money to harness. Perhaps customers are asking for some particular types of products that you realize that because you don't have the funds to procure them and resell, you are stuck, you are missing, you are losing money, you are leaving money on the table. you know so being able to show all of this evidence will go a long way in assuring the people around you to release their money to you. Nobody wants to release money to anybody, okay? Nobody wants to release money to anybody that they don't find bankable, okay? So that's the bit about that. So let me know in the comments, please, where you're watching from and what you've learned so far from what I've shared with respect to social capital loans. I've had the long and short ends of it. Okay, I've had the long and short ends of it. Now, I remember many years back that I messed up such an arrangement with my dad, and he blacklisted me for years. I mean, it took a long time for him to trust me again because he was advancing me funds to run my business, right? But unfortunately, I wasn't meeting up in terms of sales. And when I was getting sales, I needed to pay bills. I ended up spending the money, both the loan, the income, right, and the profits on bills, and the business folded up. And then it was like, no, 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 I don't think I want to give you money again. Such things can happen, okay. But if I had been open-minded, and open, right, and upfront with him in terms of how my business was performing, he could have even given me more funds to be able to shore up my finances and my business, my base, to expand. But because I was feeling like, oh, I don't want to be like a failure to this person, eventually I ended up being a failure and then losing my dignity. But God was faithful. Over the years, I learned my lesson the hard way, and then I had to grow without having any support financially from anyone. Then later, down the years, my dad came around and it was like, you've succeeded on your own, and that's a lot. And then we became friends. Not that he was giving me any loan because I'd been able to stabilize on my own. Okay. But during that period, I learned the hard lesson. There are people around you that can give you the funds to help you go. So that's it about social capital. Now, the question is, do you know people like that around you that you can approach to help you with funding for your business? Now, if you're going to be approaching such persons, please follow this rule. Only go to raise funds to invest in marketing and production. Okay? Because you've seen an opportunity that you can quickly harness and make profit of. Don't go to family and friends to collect a loan and use it to buy equipment. If you're going to be meeting any family and friends for loans to buy equipment, it must be because the equipment is what you needed to save costs, and it's going to bring you steady revenue that you can now pay back. Okay? You get those kind of loans to access opportunities, not necessarily to buy capital assets. Okay? Not for capital investment. Yeah. Buying machines and all. No, you use such money as a rolling funds, okay? For you to expand your sales and production. I hope you've learned from that. Please share with me in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from. Okay? Let me know what you're watching from. Where you're watching from. I'd appreciate that. Thank you for making our time to be here on short notice. To be sincere, we didn't do a lot of drive promotions to get people to be aware of today's session. Yeah, I've had a very busy week. I mean, coaching about 24 people in 3 days. One-on-one coaching. It was crazy, man. So I didn't have enough time to really make plans. So now let's move on. The next point I have in my notes is this: limited partnership funds. Okay? Limited partnership funds. This can take different shapes. On Sunday, this past Sunday, I had a private session with one of my personal coaching clients whose uncle living abroad, had been following her progress online and seeing how she is thriving. The uncle wanted to pump money into her business, to give her money to grow her business. So he reached out and told her, you're doing very well. I like the way you're consistent online. Is there any way I can partner with you for your business to grow? And she needed to talk to me, to get some clarity before talking to the uncle as per what to do. So I shared with her, and she's game with me, sharing with you guys some of the things that I told her, which I believe will be helpful to you. Perhaps you've got a relative abroad who is willing to give you some, form of funding to grow your business. So, one of the things I told her is this: she needed to talk to the uncle to find out what kind of partnership the uncle needed. She needed to, talk to him and find out what kind of partnership the uncle needed. That's one. And then from there, figure out whether it's going to pay her or not. Because if someone wants to give you funds in your business, please, it had better be good money you're collecting. Now, I like the fact that the uncle suggested to her, like, hey, it's an open ticket, right? Tell me whatever you want, the arrangement you want, and then I will work out something for you. Okay? So that was what we discussed. Now, based on that, this is what we concluded on. I told her that she should offer the uncle a limited partnership. Limited partnership means that for a while, for a short period of time, both of them will do business together, okay, and they will share part of the profit, but it does not mean they own the business together, okay. Yeah, so please give me a second, please. I'll be back. Yes, sorry. I just had to get myself together. Sorry about that interruption, okay? So, like I was saying, the limited partnership, as it were, means you are collaborating with someone who has the funds that you need in your business to use their funds for a limited period, and you share profits, from the proceeds of your sales. So that's a way to use limited partnership. Now, this is a little dicey, okay? Yeah, because it has variations by which you can apply it. I'm going to share with you. But for now, I hope you got the picture of what I'm trying to say. Please let me know in the comments if you are following. Let me know in the comments if you are getting the points I'm sharing. I would like to hear from you rather. Okay, thank you. So that said, with limited partnership, you are going to return their money, and you are going to give them a share of the profits. So it's a classic case of you using other people's money. It's a classic case of you using other people's money. Okay? Thank you so much, Glory. Thank you so much. Yeah, guys, if you can like this, this YouTube live, and then you can also share. You can click the share button, so you can, share to WhatsApp, share to Facebook, share everywhere. You can just share, copy the link, go on Facebook, paste it there, WhatsApp group, share, Telegram, share. Thank you so much, Glory. I'm sure you're getting value, because for you to have made this suggestion, it shows clearly you getting value. I'm very grateful for that. Okay, thank you. So please don't mind me. I'm disabled somewhat. It's been a hectic week for me. Okay, yeah, I almost canceled this evening's YouTube live, but I decided, like, hey, I have to be committed to my commitments. So if even if it's only one person that shows up, I must carry on. Okay, because we teach people to be consistent. We have to also do that. So thank you so much, Glory. Okay, so like I was saying, right, with the limited partnership fund, raising approach, what this does for you is that you are leveraging other people's money to grow your business. Now, please, when you get loan, when you get funds for your business, the truth of the matter is this: you use the fund for getting equipment on one hand, and also for, you know, sales and marketing on the other hand. As a business coach who specializes in sales and marketing, I often recommend that you focus your energy more on raising funds that goes into marketing and production, because that is where the money is. Oh, you need to buy equipment. That's good. That's awesome. You can always raise funds for that also, okay? But most of the time, spend most of your funds on marketing and sales, because the more sales you generate, the more funds you bring into your business from sales, okay? To augment the funds that are coming from outside. So, Kike Lomo, thank you for joining us from Lagos. Loveth, it's good to connect with you here. So, I can see we've got people from Lagos and people from Port Harcourt. Thank you. Thank you. I like that. I appreciate that. So, guys, like I was saying, okay, to carry on, you can tweak this limited partnership approach. You can tweak it as a strategy for funding. So please let me know in the comments if you understand what I've shared so far about limited partnership. Let me know in the comments if you understand what I've shared so far about limited partnership. Please let me know in the comments. Okay? Now, for the tweaking, the angle you can take it from is this. You can actually reach out to friends and families, okay, friends and family, colleagues, or anyone who has got the funds to help your business to grow. You can actually reach out to them and offer, offer a sort of limited partnership. Let them know it's a limited partnership for 3 months. They can give you money to produce some of your products and market those products. Okay, when you make sales in 3 months, you pay back that money with some interest. Okay, you pay that money back with some interest. In a classic limited partnership, okay, in a classic limited partnership arrangement, what would have happened is that you are collecting their money to plow into production and marketing, to generate sales and share the profit from the sales alongside their funds being returned. So if somebody borrows you or gives you, say for example, 500,000 in your business, 500,000 in your business, right, for 3 months, to use for 3 months, and you use, say for example, 300,000 for production, and you spend 100,000 for marketing, and the 300,000, say for example, you are able to produce, I'm just using for explanation purposes, okay, just for explanation purposes, you're able to produce, if you produce at 5k per product, right, that means you'll be able to produce 60 units, and you're selling each of the 60 units for at least, say, 10,000 naira. So if you sell 10,000, if you sell 60 units at 10,000 naira from your production run, it means that you would have generated 600,000 naira in revenue, right? 600,000 in revenue. Now, out of that 6,000 naira in revenue, half of it is your profit, because your cost of production was 5,000, right? And then your profit was what? 5,000. So you could not talk to the person that gave you the 500k. Oh, I sold 60 units, I've generated 300k profit. I'm going to be giving you 20% of the profit, 30% of the profit. So, which means you are returning 300,000 naira, sorry, you are returning 500,000 naira to the person, and then you are giving them on top of that 60,000 naira for a total of 560,000 naira. That's one way of doing it in a classic way, okay? But remember, you didn't spend the whole money. You still have like 100,000 left to still run your business. That's smart thinking, okay? Now, another angle we can take it from is this. You get someone to give you 500,000 naira, half a million, and you're able to produce 100 products, okay, for 400,000. And then you spend 100,000 on marketing. And then the product you produce for 400, with the 400k, the 100 units you produce at 400k cost you 4,000 naira each, and you're still selling the products at 10,000. It means that your profit is what? 6,000. So 100,000 units of product made out of 400k, marketed with a further 100,000 for a total investment of 500k, has generated 1 million in revenue. It could happen for you within a month, okay? But we're saying 3 months is the period you are asking the person giving you the funds, okay, to use the money. Now, if you do that and you're like, oh, I have sold the whole 100 and I made 1 million, it means that your profit eventually, right, when you remove the cost of marketing, your profit is what? 500k. And you now have an agreement before then with the person that give you the money that, oh, I'm going to give you 20% of my profit or 30% of my profit, whatever agreement you make. However, what I usually tell people is this: don't go for more than 25%. If you are doing profit sharing, don't ever go for more than 25%, because you are not running a money making a Ponzi scheme. You are not running a Ponzi scheme. You are doing business. It can turn out good or it may not turn out good, okay? What matters is that after 3 months, you return their 500k that they gave you plus the percentage you have agreed. So if you agreed to 20%, it means you are returning to them, right, at 20% of your profit, 100k, and that's it. Now, what about a situation whereby you get the 500k, you apply the 500k, right, in a month, and you're able to generate you're able to generate sales, for the 100 products you made. That means you made 1 million, but you still have 3 months, 2 more months rather, to pay back the money. In that case, it means that you can run another production of 100, do your marketing, bring in the sale. That's another 1 million in our example, okay? So from the example that I've shared, you've produced 100 units with the 500,000 and marketed them. So marketing cost and production cost is already, in the 500k, and then you're selling the product for 10,000. Your cost of each product is 4,000, right? And then at the end of the day, you are able to generate, 1 million in sales. And then you go another month, you do another 100, and you're able to generate the sale. Maybe the 3rd month, you're able to generate the same 100. It means that you've used their 500,000 to generate 3 million in 3 months. Oh, is it possible? Well, when I talk about money, I talk big numbers, because I'm at that point where the people that I work with, that I coached, many of them started at 5 figures. That means anything up to 90,000 naira in revenue, and today they are doing 6 figures, they are doing 7 figures per month. So that's why you see me talking like this. I even have some that do 8 figures a month, okay? So you have to think big, okay? Please, you have to think big. When you're in my class, I'm inspiring you to do what? Think big. So you collected 500,000 from someone, you produce 100 products, you've been selling them over and over and over, right? And you keep turning in 100 units in sales every month. and you brought in a total of 3 million. If you are using only classic, you know, what do I call that again? Please let me check. Limited partnership funds. Yes, if you're using the classic limited partnership approach, and you've agreed with them that you're going to give them 20% of your profits, what that means is that at the end of 3 months they will get back their 500k, right, plus 20% of 2.5 million. So that means they are going to be getting back their 500k plus another 500,000. I tell you what, it's a lot easier to collect money from people as per loan. It's often difficult to pay it back. It's human nature. Okay? It is human nature. So what do? I usually recommend, don't go the classic route except you have no option. What you can do is reach an agreement, tell the person, give me this amount of money so that I can put it into my marketing and sales for 3 months. I'll return the money to you plus 20% interest, max 25% interest, worst case scenario 30% interest, okay, in 3 months. So that means you could say 20% of the money they are borrowing. So if they borrow you 100,000 naira, in 3 months' time, you are paying them back their 100k plus 20% of 100k, 40,000. So that's 140k you are paying them back in 3 months. Then you have the opportunity to roll it over and over again. Now, this is a concept, okay, I'm sharing with you. For it to work for you in terms of delivering results, you must have built capacity in marketing and sales. If you know your marketing and sales capabilities are low, they are not strong, then you need to invest in training, in coaching on how to do better in marketing and sales. That's what you need to do. So there's no point arguing with us, because these things I'm sharing with you, people are already practicing them. I'm bringing them to your notice so that you can have options. However, that these options are available does not mean they will work for you if you have not built your own capacity. Okay? So I want to start a series of content creation, content writing mostly, and then to some extent, live videos, which I'll do more of on Telegram anyways, where I want to talk about the things that are limiting fashion entrepreneurs from going big, from growing global. The major thing that I've observed, which is the enemy to many fashion entrepreneurs that I've come across that are in my community, is the attitude of thinking small. Thinking small. It's limiting many a fashion entrepreneur from succeeding. Yes, we'll get into that later. But for now, I want to encourage you. What you're doing is big enough to take you around the world. This fashion business you're running is big enough to build your own house. It's big enough to relocate yourself and your family abroad. It's big enough for you to expand into other countries. It's big enough for you to achieve anything that you want. But it's up to you to build capacity. Okay, so limited partnership funding is what I've just explained. So far so good. I've touched on social capital, right, as a way of raising funds. Social capital loans that is hinged on you reaching out to friends and family that that have the funds to support you, but they want to be sure that you are bankable. They want to be sure that you are credible. They want to be sure that you are credit worthy. That if they give their money to you, they are sure their money will come back. They may not want to collect any interest on your money, on the money they give you, because they want to support you to see you flourish. Okay? Nonetheless, that they want to do that, they want to be sure that you are a good investment. So that's social capital. And then I've talked about limited partnership. So the third of them that we'll talk about is sales and marketing loans. Okay. So when I talk about sales and marketing loans, it's down to you finding people that can raise you loans. Okay. And it is connected to one of the points I shared last week, which is using your savings as a collateral. So in this kind of situation, you want to um, do some production and do like aggressive marketing to generate sales, particularly around your best selling product. Yes. So if you want to use this approach, your best selling products are necessary. Okay. You focus on your best selling products. Yes. That's when you can grow. Oh, you are new to business. Well, it will take some time for you to find your best selling products, because your best selling product simply means products that customers are always asking for, customers are often buying from you. Those are your best selling products. Okay. So if you've seen that there's an opportunity for you to like harness, make some quick funds, make some quick income, right? Or to generate more sales fast, but you lack the funds, then you can talk about sales and marketing loan. So shortlist people you can talk to. Okay. At this point, you shortlist the people that you can talk to and tell, hey, you know what, I have this opportunity I want to leverage, I have this thing that customers are requesting for that I want to tap into. Don't do this for things that you don't have any assurance that they can sell. Okay. You don't do what I'm sharing with you. You don't do it for products that you never tested. It is for things that you have tested, or that you've seen that people are rushing and it's an opportunity you can tap into. Okay. Good. Then you ask them, please, you know what, can you give me loans so that I can do production, sales, and marketing pronto. Then at that point, you cannot decide on the limited partnership approach, like, oh, if you borrow me the money, right, I'll pay you back the money plus a percentage of the money as your cut. Or just borrow me, I'll pay you back gradually at simple interest, and work at an arrangement. Okay. Because you are plowing this into sales. Yes. And then when you do this, the savings that you currently have, that you've been putting together, you need to watch last week's video for you to get more clarity on that. Where I talked about saving part of your sales, the profit that you make, save part of it, then use it as collateral. So whatever money you are borrowing, right, you have it at the back of your mind that if that sales drive you want to do does not yield the sales you want as you wanted it. Okay. Let's say, oh, you see an opportunity to make about 200k in sales, or a million in sales, or 2 million in sales, and you have like 500k in savings. Okay. And then you know that for you to do that thing, you may need up to 400k, 300k for you to be able to generate the 1 million in sales, but you don't want to touch your own money. So talk to people and say, hey, you know what, I want to run these sales, right, and I need some funds to add to my own money to quickly tap on the opportunity, and then I'll pay you back. They can give you at an interest, or they can give you for free, or you can give them a deal that says, you know what, I'm going to give you maybe 10%, 20% of my profits, apart from giving you back your money. And then if it's a deal whoever is funding you, is willing to go with, then you run it. But you have your money, your savings as your backup, so that in case things go south, or it did not turn out as you wanted, right, you still have your money that you can use to now start paying back the loan gradually. Okay. Yeah. So the last one, let me share this as the last one for today, and that's grants. All of us know about grants. Tony Lumelu Foundation grant is already open, right? They're asking people to apply. Have you applied? Jemi Femi's grant, I think It should be open. You should be on the lookout. Okay, get on Google and search for business grants. Business grants for Africa, business grants for Nigeria, business grants for your location. In fact, I recommend this. Go on Google and search for Google Alert. Go and search for Google Alert. And with Google Alert, all you need to do is this. Um, when you search for Google Alert and it brings you the website, for Google Alert, click on it. Then on Google Alert, you can now submit business grants, business loan, okay, as such terms that you want Google to be sending you email notifications for. What that means is that if you type grants, right, business grants, and you type business grants for Africa, for example, business grants in Nigeria, in Google Alerts, right, you submit it as a keyword and you submit your email, because there's a space for you to enter the keywords, that is the information you want Google to be sending you links to. And you type business grants in Africa, business grants in Nigeria, business grants for women, for instance, right? And you submit them every day. Every day, Google's AI, artificial intelligence, will be sending you via email links to different posts, different websites where there is a latest information regarding business grants, regarding business loans, regarding business funding that you have requested for in the region that you are looking at. This is one quick way for you to be getting information free in your inbox regarding grants that you can apply to. Many people don't know this. I've shared this with you because I want you to leverage it. Have you been using Google Alerts? Please let me know if you've used Google Alerts as a service before. I use Google Alerts to receive information about the business of fashion, about business grants, okay, about clothing business, things that are related to my industry, so that I can see links to different write-ups, okay, from across the world that talks about business of fashion. This is why an average, a fashion entrepreneur can reach out to me and want to discuss their business, and I'll be able to give them perspectives beyond their local space, because I have seen what others are doing in the US, in the UK, in China, in Vietnam, in Australia, in different parts of the world through Google Alerts. So Google will be alerting you via email with information relating to what you're searching for. So if there's a grant that has just come out, naturally, there will be public relations, content, because organizations that release grants to a large extent, they will do press releases. They would post on their websites. They would share on blogs. They will post online, maybe on Facebook, everywhere. Google Alerts, that service by Google, it's a free service, by the way. It will be crawling through websites and picking those information and share with you via email, like, oh, check out this website, they are talking about this and that and that. Leverage that, please, okay? Not only Google Alert you can use. I think you should be on the lookout, right? Do a Google search and search for business grants in your region, in Nigeria, in Africa, in West Africa, in the US. Do a Google search. There are a lot of international bodies that are supporting women in business, African businesses, okay, that you can leverage on. WHO, International Labour Organization, UNDP, Tony Lumili Foundation is popular, Jemi Femi, and a whole lot of others that are supporting women in business, or generally, business funds. Now, the government also issues grants from time to time, okay? Search on Google. Make a short list of these organizations, check them out, and then try and apply. It won't bite you if you apply. It won't hurt you if you apply. Apply. Oh, they don't pick you. Fine. You would have learned what they ask, the questions they ask. There are people out there that write business proposals for, entrepreneurs who want to access grants. They charge a premium, anyways. They charge a premium. But if you have the funds to pay them, most of the time they'll write the proposals for you, they would apply for grants for you, and then they're going to be getting a cut of the money that you are paid. Yeah, that's their terms, of service. I've come across a couple of them, but it's not my place to do what? Do free adverts for them. I mean, we're in a public space, okay? So I have to be discreet with information sharing. But one thing I know is that there are people, there are businesses, there are firms that specialize in helping entrepreneurs apply for grants. They would help you with all of the stages to apply so that you're shortlisted. Now, the good thing about organizations that issue grants is that they would give you training. I mean, they would give you sound business training because they know the money they are giving you, you are not paying back. It's free, it's for you. However, they want to be sure that you are going to use it for what you requested. And in order to assure that, they know that they cannot scrutinize you that much. Okay? Because they don't have the human resources, the human intelligence, right? Or electronic intelligence to be tracking you. But they want to increase their chances of their money being used for what it was meant for. So they organize intensive trainings that go on for months, in some instances, for weeks, in some instances, you know. And those trainings will qualify you. They will help you develop capacity to use the funds as it is meant to. And in return, when you apply the funds in your business with the knowledge that they've given to you, your business is likely to grow. So grants are a great way for you to go. Okay? So this kind of wraps it up for all of the different types of ways, different types of funds raising that you can do. Okay? Fundraising that you can do. So let me check my notes and do a quick recap. I mean, we're looking at you starting with paying yourself first. So what that means simply is, for every sales that you make, a part of your revenue or a part of your profit, okay, either a part of your revenue or a part of your profit is yours to save. It is yours to save. Don't spend everything. Now, when you save, you will be able to join cooperatives, with part of the money, because once you've saved part of your revenue, part of your profits, then it means you have funds, right, that you can draw on when you approach cooperatives to register to join cooperatives and save there also, so you can qualify for simple interest loans in the nearest future, usually within 6 months. You can also join a thrift program. Okay, so part of the savings you're generating from your sales in your business, you can join a thrift program, and thrift program will help you to access a lump sum of money faster. Because if 3 people come together to be saving, say for example, $1,000 every month, right? That means that each person can pool $3,000 in a month. Okay, and they take turns to collect the money. Then you can use that lump sum to do more in your business. In Nigeria, you're able to raise, say for example, you have a savings plan where you are saving 100K per month with 3 people. It means that you can pull 300,000 naira at once, and you can use that in your business to scale very fast, right? So apart from joining your thrift program, you should also open a business account in the bank. And do your business transactions through your bank. That way, you are able to generate cash flow for 3 months to 6 months. With the cash flow you're able to generate for 3 to 6 months, you would qualify for loan initiatives, from your bank. And you can talk to your account officers to get clarity on those. Now, the Bank of Industry in your state, you should go to their branch and talk to them. What does it take for you to access low interest loans and grants from the government? And they will tell you. And then you can follow through. There will be procedures. I mean, in the Bank of Industry in Nigeria, they have certified business development professionals, right? Certified business development professionals that they will link you up with. Those are the guys that will guide you in writing your business proposals to qualify for grants and loans from the Bank of Industry. Okay? Then apart from that, we talked about social capital loans today. We already talked about limited partnership funds. We've talked about sales and marketing short loans, and we've talked about grants. So with these points that I've shared with you, I believe that you can go verify your business this year. The reason why I have decided to do this series and broken it into two parts is because we are fresh in the new year, right? The new year is still fresh. So you have enough time now to plan for the year, to plan to our next opportunities. One thing I didn't tell you guys, which I need to say now, is this. I have worked with a lot of fashion entrepreneurs. And one thing I kept observing amongst many of them is this: scarcity mentality. Scarcity mentality. It was because of this scarcity mentality, amongst other reasons, that I created Abundance Mindset course, where I taught fashion entrepreneurs how to develop a mindset that attracts abundance on a day-to-day basis. Okay? But then I thought we had solved that problem, only for me to see that there's still another, the problem is still persisting from another perspective. And that perspective is this. I saw it recently. I would rather call it the sleeping serpent. Yeah, the sleepy or sleeping serpent that bites fashion entrepreneurs and keeps them stuck. How do I mean by that? That sleepy serpent, right? It stays dormant until that fashion entrepreneur decides that they want their lives to be better. They want to achieve bigger things than what they are doing right now. They aspire to great heights, sort of. And then it raises its head and bites them. And then the sting paralyzes them. Don't mind me, I'm talking figuratively. That serpent, right? That sleepy serpent is called small thinking. Another way to coin it is what? Thinking small. Yes. This is the reason why an average fashion entrepreneur who is just starting their journey, maybe fresh out of fashion school, or they just decided like, oh, it's time, I want to really pursue this passion of mine as business. And the only thing that is in their mind is what? I need to get a shop. It is the height of small thinking. Okay? Let me give you another perspective. Fashion entrepreneurs that find it difficult to imagine that they can pay 100K for coaching. They're wondering like, why should I pay for a coach? Why do I need to get the coach? It is small thinking. Yes. Because what makes people usually think like that is money. And they're looking around themselves and they're thinking that, oh, I am small, I don't have enough. Then somebody wants to come and collect it in the promise that they would help me to do better. Small thinking, I've seen it play in the lives of many fashion entrepreneurs who cannot imagine themselves doing ₦1 million in a month. ₦1 million is no longer $1,000 now. It has dropped below $1,000. I mean, I've seen fashion entrepreneurs that when they talk about being priced down, they talk about struggling with pricing. They don't know that it's a function of thinking small. So please, I need to use this opportunity to just say this. You need to overcome that demon if you want to go far in 2024. The demon of thinking small. You need to overcome it if you want to go very far in 2024. Let's wait till February. You would see how it will raise its ugly head. Yeah, just wait till February. You know, many of us, we made a lot of sales in December. We're feeling good. Don't worry. By February, everybody's eyes will be clear. Okay? So please, I plead with you. If you have been used to thinking small, it is time to start thinking big. Because it's as far as your eyes can see that you will go this year. In your business, in your finances, in your personal life. Okay? The economy of the country you're in should not limit you. Because as of today, if you are able to get someone to buy your clothes from abroad at $100, we're talking about 120,000 naira. If you get them to buy at even $50, we're talking about well over 60,000 naira. Whereas in this same country, you may be struggling to get people to pay you 20K for the same clothes. But to imagine that you can get international customers, so for some people, it's difficult to imagine, it's difficult to picture. And I tell people, the sales you are looking for, the money you are praying for, the millions that you are looking for, it's already in you. It is not just the Facebook adverts, the marketing you will do, organic marketing, paid marketing that you do that will bring the sales. It is in you. If you think small, you will attract small. If you think low, you will attract low paying customers. If you think big, you will attract big customers. And the funny thing is, you'll be like, oh, it's just motivation. This is not motivation. You will attract what you think. You will attract what you imagine. So I plead with you, you need to start imagining big. So it's counterintuitive. It doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't look like it's practical. But the truth is this: you will attract what you think. Someone chatted me up this evening and said, how much is a one-on-one strategy session with you? I mean, just one time discussion with me, right? For 1.5 hours. And she was like, can you share your rate card? And I told her it's 50,000 naira per hour. She did not say it's expensive. She did not say it's expensive. She said, oh, okay, sir, I'll get back to you. Why is it like that? Because I'm a big brand, I'm wearing expensive clothing? No. I've always imagined that someone will pay me 50K for an hour. And it's happening. I've always imagined that I would have a lot of people that I will be coaching privately and then bring them together in a group and they would be paying 50K a month. I've always imagined that I would have people that will pay me $1 million for coaching. It has happened in this same Nigeria where we say the economy is bad. Right now, what I'm working on in my mindset is how to attract international clients, whether white or black, that can pay $1,000 because I can help them to do $5,000, $10,000 and more in revenue. On Sunday, one of my clients transferred to me some 5 figures as donation, saying, Coach, thank you for a good year last year. She did about 116 million last year. And it is not from selling to customers abroad. It's within Nigeria that she sold 116 million naira in sales. Fashion product, not fashion training. Fashion products. This same conversation I'm having with you was what I had with her. And then it changed her mind. The moment she saw it that it could happen, that it was possible, things took a different turn. In December, she was not planning to make sales because she was closing for the year. And she said, Coach, in December, I still made about 8 million. 8 million euro in December. And that's from not wanting to do anything. Customers are just still coming and saying, do you have this? Can we do this? Can we do a trade fair? Can we do that? And then boom, the sales came in. No ads run. And people say, oh, there's no money. There is money. There is money. There's a framework. There's a way to get it done. I thank God for blessing me with the wisdom of what you can do or what you should be doing that will get you there. Okay? For me, I've realized that if I'm going to be getting the international clients I want, I need to be showing up on YouTube. So in case you're wondering why I'm doing YouTube live every week, I am laying the foundation. In the next 6 months, there will be more calls coming in and saying, hey, can you help me? Everything you shared on your YouTube channel, they are spot on. They answered my questions, and whatnot. That's part of why I'm doing this, okay? So even though I was so tired, I mean, I don't know whether you can sense it in my voice. I am tired. I need a weekend off. I mean, talking to over 20 clients that I'm coaching. I mean, I'm having private sessions with them one-on-one. 40-minute sessions from 9:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. from Tuesday through Thursday. And I see how the couple spilled over to today. And I'm seeing what these people are doing. One is traveling to the US, right? She's working on collection. She wants to do clearance sale. I've given her the approach, what she would do, marketing strategy in terms of adverts to run and whatnot. Giving her database of Lagos State residents, Port Harcourt, River State residents, and Abuja. So she can do her marketing, bulk SMS to sell. There's another, right, that is just starting out. She already figured out the products that are selling, and she's going to do a research. She has done the research, talking to her customers, like what do they want. So let me quickly share this with you, okay? Maybe it can be useful to you. This year, become a customer-centered business. If you have existing customers right now that pay you well, this is free advice. I mean, from my personal coaching, there's the sessions I've been having. I work closely with fashion entrepreneurs. I don't just come up with ideas out of the thin air. So guys, this year, go and talk to your best customers, the ones that are paying you well, the ones that are bringing you money, that helps you to achieve your dreams. Go talk to them. How do they want you to serve them this year in terms of the best sellers that you have? Okay, the clothing that they've been buying from you, what styles are they looking for this year? What prints are they looking at? What colors? What is their budget? What can they afford? When you go like this and you talk to your existing customers, they will love you because they know you are not just after their money. You care about them. They will spill the beans and talk to you. Ask them, what kind of offers can I come up with that will attract people like you, ma? People like you, sir. Do that, and you'll be amazed at the feedback they will give to you. Okay, then create products around the feedback they give to you. Don't try to force on your customers your own ideas of beautiful clothing. Go and ask them, oh, you're into training? Talk to your existing customers, the people that bought your training. How else can I help you? I did that with a client and I got a 300k deal. Yes, 300k deal, helping them with what? Business structure. I had the ma'am, last year you did 8.2 million in 1 month from the coaching that we did. She set a 6 million naira sales goal, okay, for October to December. Initially she said 3 million and I told her 3 million is too small. Aim for 6 million. So she wrote 6 million naira for October to December. And then she came back in November and she was screaming, Coach, oh, I did 8.2 million in October. And I said, man, we can go on vacation. She literally went on vacation. Both cruise. I saw her videos on her reels on Facebook and Instagram. I was just laughing. I'm like, this madam, she really is having a good life, right? And then I asked her in January this month. I said, "Oh, ma'am, how can I help you to get bigger results this year?" And she opened up a challenge where she needed help. And I said, "Oh, for this, usually it will be 500K. I do this for clients. But you've helped me a lot, ma. What's your budget? So I want to pay it forward. I want to show my gratitude to you for the helps you've done for me in the past. When I organized free training, she gave me a facility, gave me a building, for days. I didn't collect a dime. So I said, how much? And she said, oh, coach, I can do 300K. I said, pay it. Where the deal? Okay. From just talking to my customers. So I had to come up with the business structure package for her. Go talk to your customers. Money is in their hands waiting to be spent. But if you have the answers they need, if you have a listening ear, you are going to get their money. I hope you've learned from what I've shared tonight. I hope you've learned from what I've shared. I hope it's been a great time together. Thank you so much for making our time to be here. I see the comments section today has been quiet, so it means probably you guys are pondering on what I've been sharing and they having big thoughts. If you want to talk to me on WhatsApp, my number is +234 9095 859489. Okay, let's talk about your business on WhatsApp. God bless you, and please, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, subscribe. Okay, so you can get notifications on new videos I upload. That'll be all for tonight. Bye for now.